And now it's time for Kid Real Cleveland. And I am your host, the host with the most, Doug Duke, aka the self-proclaimed greatest influencer in the world. Sometimes I've heard I'm second, but it's probably first. Anyway, I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Cleveland Film, Mike Went.
Good to see you, Doug.
Good to see you too. Welcome back, as always. And we got a guest today. Look at that. We got our pal, Rob. Um,
Hello,
Rob, say your last name so I don't fuck it up.
Montague. Just
See?
like just like Boz Lerman's Romeo and Juliet.
That's
Lord
right.
Montague.
I love it. Well, welcome to the show. First time.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
How you
Get
feeling?
want to keep. I'm ready to keep it real and get real. With
That's what I like to hear. See, he's ready. We're ready. We're all ready. And what are we ready for? You're not really going to be able to tell what that says. But it was Disclosure Day. That's right. It was Spielberg weekend, and
Spielberg Summer, baby,
it's
as we
Spielberg
say.
Summer, baby. It officially is Spielberg Summer for sure. Um, I think I think we all love this movie.
oh
I
my God,
had
yeah.
I had an excellent fucking time at the pictures on Friday. Yeah, right. Yeah, I went on Friday, saw 3 p.m. We forgot to do this last time when we saw Top Gun. So shout out to Phoenix Theaters at the Great Northern Mall, the Dolby Atmos there, the big screens, and
Yes,
soon, right, to have 70 millimeter there for
yes,
real.
yes. I was wishing that they had the 70 for this because there are certain theaters that are playing Disclosure Day in 70, but they will have it for the Odyssey. Bar in mind, anything goes wrong with the parts that they're getting for this thing. But please, dear God, may it,
Yes,
may
please,
it, may it
Yeah.
happen.
dear God, please. But yes, it's my favorite theater in the city. It's where I want to go to see such pictures like this. I mean, whatever, man. I saw Honey Don't there. Like, I want to see everything there. Even in their
I mean, if it's screening there, it's like why not? Like why not go to Phoenix? It's great atmosphere. They got the Dolby Atmos. Great. All the kids that work there love movies.
Yes.
It's kind of an amazing thing to see. I saw Disclosure Day twice, and I saw both times at Phoenix.
Yeah. That's the spot, man. Like I said, it's just even in the normal theaters, the 7 point run. I remember going to see Marty Supreme for like the second time, and I ended
Yeah.
up first time was Dolby. Second time I went in was 7.1, and I thought it was actually louder than the Dolby one that I saw. It was literally shattering in the theater. It was so fucking loud. They must have cranked it up a notch or two even for that one. But anyway. That was the shout out to the great Phoenix Theaters at Great Northern Mall. It is my favorite, the best in the city. Um, but let's get to Disclosure Day, guys. Here's a good start. All right, you two to me are definitely bigger Spielberg heads than me, I'd say. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Steven Spielberg, but I did like kind of get away from him. But there's just no denying, some of the films that maybe I'm not into. I'm not a moron. Like I'm like holy, like that's incredible filmmaking or whatever. And obviously, I mean, I could probably count off both hands, more than what I actually love. So I was just like. I don't know. I love Fableman's a lot. To me, I think that's one of his best movies, and I think it's probably because it was personal and
Yeah.
he was saying all that during the press, so it was very easy to just like go see that and just totally understand that guy that's been a part of our lives, our whole filmmaking, film nerd lives. Um, so it was awesome. I thought Fableman's was so beautiful. I was like, hell yeah. And again, just him in the press too was just like, holy shit. Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Anything that he's doing now, there just did feel like this revigoration in him in a way.
Love.
Yeah.
Lots of love. Like it's all love. Like that last scene in Fablemans with David Lynch uh is one of the greatest. I still to this day like it. Mike and I will talk about that. The
Oh yeah.
greatest. Like it's just like Steven's like having like a lot of fun at this phase of his career.
Yes. And that's, yeah, I mean, Yeah, my long story long. I think that's where I was getting, and it's yes, the Horizon. David Lynch as John Ford,
Yeah.
beautiful, brilliant. Uh,
What
Where's the
you
um,
horizon? It's at the top. I'm sorry, sir. It's at the top. That's that kid. He both as Steven Spielberg and Lorne Michaels in the Saturday Night movie. That kid is great, and he's in a Snack Shack as
Yes.
well.
yes, he
Which
is.
sleeper hit, amazing, great movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just brought it up on our last thing when we just talked about Caroline, and he's
Yeah.
going to be in Adam's new movie. So, but
Oh,
yeah, that
that's
kid.
awesome.
Yeah, Gabe's great. Um, like, obviously fantastic in Fablemans, but he's having fun, and that's when I was like, oh, his next movie, we're doing an Alien movie, Spielberg. It's coming out in the summer, so I was just jacked. Like I was already just like sold. I know the Fablemans. I see just kind of see how he's talking. Like you can kind of tell he's like, he's towards the end of everything, so he's just having a good time, and that's what Disclosure Day was to me before I even seen it, and it was exactly what I expected. It was better. It was just so fucking awesome. It was a summer blockbuster at its finest
Yes.
from the king of the summer
Silver
block, you
block.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
From literally the one of the greatest, if not the greatest American film blockbuster director of all time. And we
Yeah.
got it, man. Like what a fucking picture.
He's doing like literally every podcast, Universal's really pushing hard, I think, just his whole filmography. And I mean, he hasn't done this podcast yet, but maybe one day. Maybe
I
one
bet
day
he
we
would
could get him.
though. Like I bet he would. I bet he absolutely would.
Well,
It's so great because he's like back in like true form in a weird way. It's like I don't know. This felt like classic Spielberg, even though like I think it's not what people are going to expect for sure. There's like even just the way they introduce the protagonist is like such a Spielbergian way of introducing. I mean, he's arguably the father of the summer blockbuster. Jaws was like the first summer blockbuster.
Yeah. No,
correct.
as a big wrestling fan, I appreciated the opening of that
Yes,
film because
Oh
it
my,
immerses you right into a wrestling match. And
yes.
then it's just this great crane shot where we get, that introduction of Josh O'Connor's character. Like as you said,
yeah.
Robbie, it's
Dude,
it's
I
fantastic. It's a great opening.
I did not expect the opening to be a wrestling match. And then it was the foot. It was
Yes.
literally
Yeah.
like that. It
Right on
was
the
the
face.
I know, dude, it was the foot stomp POV is how he opened the movie. And I was like, okay. I was like, what I was like already like, well, this is gonna be great.
I immediately thought of Mike. I was like, Mike is going to love this. This is like Spielberg and wrestling. This is like peak went right here.
And
Bring it
and
all
like
to me right now.
correct me if I'm wrong, but would this not be his first has he ever put wrestling in any of his
I
other
don't think he
films?
I don't
has.
think
I don't
so.
think so.
Yes.
First time, first. It's like and he comes back with such a banger too. It's like this movie from that first frame. It does not let up. It's like to me, it's more akin to like movies from the '70s, like 3 Days of the Condor, All the President's Men. Like those real like boiler like go to A to B to protect this. Like it's very like man, just like all gas like the entire time.
Yeah, I agree, and that's something I wanted to bring up too. I think that's kind of what I wrote in my letterbox review. Is like, soon as it starts, it is just, and again, it's the wrestling match. You're like, okay, sweet, but yeah, and then like Mike said, it pushes into who we're gonna focus on, and then it's immediately just like a chase, and it just like I was at the edge of my seat. You know what I mean? You know that meme that like when where people lean up or whatever, like that sitting in the chair, the lean up meme. It literally happened in like within 10 seconds, and I just stayed there for almost 2.5 hours. Um, yeah, man, and Josh O'Connor is fucking fantastic in the movie, man. I love,
Great guy.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
he definitely captures that Spielberg everyman, that we've seen from Richard Dreyfuss, to gosh, even I'm thinking of like Eric Bana in Munich. It's just like kind of just like that likable presence that that we want to root for this person. I've read a couple of criticisms that some people feel that his role is underwritten as compared to some of the other characters, but I don't know. I kind of disagree. I mean, because he seems to be this kind of a shy person who is put in this where he feels the almost the weight of the responsibility to get this thing out there. I don't want to spoil,
No,
are we
yeah, you
going in
nailed
spoiler
that.
territory? I'm not
Yeah,
sure,
it's a good question.
I mean, it is new. I don't. I mean, I, is it giving anything a way to talk about like what the movie's about? I don't.
I don't think
I
it
don't,
is. I
yeah,
really
yeah,
don't.
probably
I
not.
don't think it's that kind of a movie. It's not really a. It's in the title itself, like
Yeah,
of what the thing
right.
is. And
Literally.
I think the thing that and this is where like I've noticed in the things that I've seen where people are turned off by the film is the marketing is a little confusing to what the movie actually is. Like there is no big like giant alien set piece in the way that you think there's going to be. It's something different. And it's more like soulful. It's more like, I don't know, man. For me, not to jump ahead, but like that third act was perfect. But back to what Mike was saying, Josh O'Connor, I thought nailed exactly with the character that was written for the movie. I mean, especially when he talks about getting his the things happening to him and he feels isolated, so it's like he is this like shy person and he's the first way in for the audience, and then that torch gets passed to his girlfriend after we get revealed a couple of things. But I mean, in a sense, the main characters of this movie are kind of in the dark a lot. They only know what they know, and that's it, right? Like that's there is still an air of mystery here, but they only know what they know. So you're sort of learning it with them.
Right. And yeah, that's what I love about this movie is you're just I think I just said it last time I was just even speaking. It's immediate. You're like it's just you're playing catch up. You're playing catch up the whole movie.
I
And
love that.
I love that too, man, because exactly that's why it makes you immediately lean up and you don't and it doesn't let up. And then like even like when it comes down to whatever a little more like dialogue scene, like it's just but it's compelling. And then well, half the time too, it's Coleman Domingo speaking, and that man is literally that is the epitome of the line when people go, I would watch him read a phone book. He would make it the most
Yeah.
interesting phone book read, so compelling, on the edge of your seat, literally reading numbers and people's names.
He's got such gravitas in this movie too, and it's like he's like in a weird way like this adult presence. There's a childlike wonder to this movie that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, that comes from the perspective of the two main characters, even though they're thrown into this like mysterious like circumstance and they don't really understand what's going on. There's a whimsy still to it even when they're in danger. And like he is like almost, to me, his character almost functioned like a father telling us the bedtime story, Peter Falk in Princess Bride. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
especially with through those phone calls, like when he's checking in with Josh O'Connor's character throughout the film. Like you're right. Like he could literally read the phone book. He just has a gravitas to the way he speaks, and there's like an empathy in his voice too.
I
Yeah.
think
Oh
like
yeah.
he's like surrogate Spielberg in a way, because Spielberg is like the master storyteller, and it's like Coleman Domingo is kind of like it's kind of like Stevie channeling through
He's
him.
well, yeah, because it's almost like the aliens themselves are like the idea or the like the inspiration, and then Coleman Domingo's the thing that like kind of like goes, okay, guys, I met with them. here's
Yeah.
here's here's what I found out. Okay, like, and this is what we need to do. Even the whole aspect of them, the building of the house and stuff like that. That's such a very filmmaky. There's like a even when I read that Spielberg literally read the script every day for a year and sent notes to David Koepp to just make sure he wanted this to feel like such a tight and well told story. And it's a rare thing in this day and age to be able to sit down in the movie theater, the lights go down, and you can just let it wash over you. You're not like caught up by the coolness of something, or a filmmaking technique, or sometimes if it's a questionable movie, sometimes you see the strings, so to speak, the seams. But with him, man, it was just like you like you said, Doug. It's like right from the beginning, it just grabs you in, and it does not let go, because these characters, even the little that you know about them, is so compelling. And the performances from everyone in this movie, and I'm not like a huge Emily Blunt fan, but I feel like she might get nominated for an Oscar for this film, because she
Yeah.
really is the heart of the movie. She's the
Oh,
heart of the entire movie.
I know. And we've already been going for a handful of minutes already. And I was gonna say, like, we haven't brought up Emily Blunt yet, who is
Exactly.
literally
Yeah.
like unbelievable. Like, and I think I said this too. I was like, that's the best I've ever seen her. I did slightly forget a little bit that Smashing Machine, she is actually really phenomenal in that
Oh yeah,
movie
she was
as
great in
well.
that.
She's
Yeah.
great in that. But yeah, man, this is yeah, once she gets introduced, and like man, that opening scene, and then just the rest, man, like the emotional stuff that she's going through in this movie, and then just the levels of like, her speaking another language, and
Oh
then
my God.
yeah.
It's like, the actor playing Nikki in Obsession is getting a lot of accolade, and I feel like there's a similarity in that, like being able to snap to a performance that happens in both of these movies with both of the leads in the film. Like, oh, and we can't discredit Wyatt Russell, because Wyatt Russell is
Oh yeah.
2026 Terry Garr. Like, I
Yeah.
swear to God, he is. Like, he is so he's charismatic when he's on scene, even though we're not really supposed to like him that much. He's likable, and like he's like Terry Garr. Like, that's the closest I can compare.
You can't deny, I mean, he is the perfect mix of his parents, Goldie
He really
Yeah.
is.
and Kurt. And me and Kelsey, we've been calling him Goldie Russell for, I don't know, eight years now at least. I love him so much. I mean he looks like them both, but that smile and that well, both of them have such a sense of humor. But yeah, that is his fucking father. And with Goldie's looks in a way too,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And he's
I
so good, man. He's just so good. Like, it's a small
terrific.
part. It's not a huge part in the movie. And even when they call him back towards the end, and they come back to him, he's like, you're like, oh, I wanted to know what happened to him.
Yeah.
Everything. He
Yeah.
found his way back.
Now, I love the scene where she wants him to run over the phone and he just keeps missing it by like so much. Like
And then he went into the hole, and when he runs it over and he finally cracks it, and then the hail comes, and he's like, weather should be. It was
He
really good.
Yeah, man, he's just so funny. I mean, he's a great comic relief to everything that's going on with her and just like his reactions. But yeah, I mean, then you're just, you're not really supposed to like him because he's not on the right side of things. But
Yeah.
you just, like you said, though, you just can't deny that man's charisma. But yeah,
No,
back to Emily though. I mean, I hope she does. She should get nominated. I mean,
Yes.
we're at that point.
absolutely.
We're at that point, and I mean, there's going to be a lot more stuff that comes out this year for sure. But I don't know. You can't forget this movie. I want to kind of get into a little bit of like some of the negative stuff that we've maybe been hearing because and I think we've all already said our piece on it. Like, it didn't hit any of us. Like, I don't believe
No,
in any of it. I love the reveal of everything. It's just like, I don't know. I'm also just like, yeah, no shit. Like, this is all real. Like, this is our life. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, none of
it
this.
was such a spiritual. It was a spiritual movie. Like, that was the thing. It was like, even though it would have these like spy thriller 70s vibes to it, like the ultimate like capstone or theme of the movie, it was very spiritual. It was about community and like us being denied each other, this shared experience with each other, and there's such a beautiful undercurrent throughout the movie as they're like going and getting to where they need to get to, and like they're picking people up and losing people, and like it's just, I don't know, man. It's just when they get to Coleman Domingo's character, from that point on, the movie just like soars. I feel like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't see the negative stuff. Like, I think it was an extremely well tightly written script. The characters were completely well drawn for what it was, And like I keep seeing negative things about all the alien technology just did whatever they wanted it to do. It was like that's kind of the point. Like I felt like, you know what I mean? Like there is
Well,
the magic is the point.
well,
Yeah.
and I know you and I discussed this, Rob, as we were walking out. Like I was for the ending, like I wanted it to possibly hit a little more. But I think like the more I think about it, the more I'm okay with it. But I do want to watch it a second time, and I know you watched it. So I mean, you watching it a second time, I heard you know I'm not like calling you out, but I heard you audibly like tearing up. So I
I
mean,
did.
yeah,
I did. I'll be honest with you, because here's the thing. I think there's a Spielberg fan of a certain generation that'll probably walk into this movie and they're looking for that, like you said, Mike, that, I'll be right here moment, or, the moment where, Richard Dreyfuss gets on the alien ship. This is not that movie. If you're looking for it, it's going to disappoint you. But if you take it for what it actually is, it will actually hit you in the same way. It's a different message, though. It's a whole different thing. It's a message about how we're all so stuck on top of our phones and our this wave of disinformation, and there's this beautiful thing that's barriered from us that could bring us all together, and it's intentionally being kept from us. And I think there is this like weird, dad telling you a bedtime story like it's all going to be okay aspect to this movie, like that is truly Spielberg, but like in a way I feel like this is him like still loving Kubrick, because especially after listening to the Rewatchables podcast where he talked about 2001, I feel like he's sort of carrying that torch of like, I'm going to put a lot of meaning into this one movie, but I'm going to do it in my voice. And it's very uniquely Spielberg, but it carries the torch of like meaning of like behind like a Kubrick film, you know?
For sure, yeah. And
yeah,
yeah, like it all worked on me. Like, and again, I'm going to see a summer blockbuster, but again, it is from a king, a master of filmmaking. So I don't, I don't even think I was just like, oh, I don't care. This is just a summer blockbuster. I'll let things pass. Like nothing stood out to me where I was like, oh,
No.
that was bad. This was bad. I didn't believe this. I didn't believe. I was just absolutely engaged, enthralled, in on everybody. Definitely there for Emily and Josh. And then like, since you were bringing up the emotions, like maybe the ending didn't hit me as hard and maybe it will the second time, but it grabbed me when they finally kind of get those two together with Coleman and they have that moment of their past. And when that happened, like it's giving me chills right now rethinking of that. Like that got
yeah.
me. I was dropping tears there of just
E-
like what the experiences their characters already went through in their life.
Yes.
Hmm.
Even that,
Completely.
even the woman who played the anchor, who is
Oh
doing
yeah.
Oh,
the basically narrating what is happening on screen when things start getting disclosed, like that woman did phenomenal. And it's like I've been seeing like opened up threads and like her face has been showing up everywhere, like everybody's kind of giving her praise, and rightfully so.
Oh yeah,
It's
agree.
just
as she
like
should, as
wow.
she should. Well, so you brought up the rewatchables, and since what we were kind of talking about this thing bringing us together, I actually just saw this clip. Maybe it was just from the big picture. It was with Sean and who's his partner?
Yeah, Amanda.
Sean and Amanda was bringing up like, I guess they were kind of like putting it in like, is this just like kind of like a boomer's kind of fantasy
Yeah,
because of everybody being brought together, like, oh, here's the truth, and this is how, and we're all going to come together.
yeah,
She was kind of discrediting that, and she was bringing up like her father-in-law, I guess, like, and she was equating it to Watergate, to the things that we've been dealing with since 2016. And and it's just like, we're gonna get them, we're gonna get them. And and then she was like, back when Watergate was going on, did you really think you were gonna that it was gonna happen? He was like, yeah, yeah, it was just a matter of time. And then it took time. But it's like now, it's not happening, and it's never gonna happen. So I was like, oh wow, that was I just saw this little clip actually today, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. And I didn't want to like lean into, but I was like, I don't know. There felt like there was some truth there. It's kind of like The Martian too. Like everybody's coming together, and like the last time I watched The Martian again, which I loved, I was like, I don't know if we would even do that. There would be a whole Joe Rogan podcast about them, be like, fuck that guy, leave him in space, you know. I would hope not, but I'm just saying there, you know what I mean? There, that's not a bad, little seesaw to kind of think about.
No, I
I
think that's a
think,
great point.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna
No,
just
go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
one thing real quick is, there are kind of the two halves of Spielberg's career where I feel like there was this cutoff after Saving Private Ryan, starting with AI, and now what we have in this century, that you know I feel like this movie perfectly fits in like all the things that he's exploring, where he's in a much more meditative mode, where back in the 90s, 80s, he was much more, maybe a little more literal, or
He would grab you by the shirt and
fantastical.
go, "Let me tell you a story." That was the
Yeah.
vibe of Spielberg in the '80s. Was like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas now he's like, "Hey, I got something really cool to
Yeah.
tell you."
Dropping those subtle things. Yeah.
I like
Um,
that. Yeah.
so you're right that it's an inch, like, this just kind of goes on that same trajectory that he's been on over the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
I think like at this point in the world, you can't. The outside world is going to involve and mix with the culture, the pop culture of the moment and stuff like that. And I think there's a deeper meaning to be taken away from the film. It's not just about a boomer fantasy of a moment that brings us all together like Hands Across America or something like that. There's an inner spirituality that I think, and a reflection that this movie asks of you, especially at the end of the film with the way it ends. It's like, because it kind of pulls the cord, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like right when things, again, it ends in a lean in moment, and it encourages, I think, us to have this self reflective conversation of, it's not about we need this singular moment necessarily to bring us all together, but it's the conversations that stem off of this that create like something better, right? Like, it's art. We're talking about art. It's not just about aliens. It's about art. It's about what it means to be a human, what makes us unique in this like vastness of everything. It goes back to a lot of the spirituality of like the Carl Sagan books, like The Pale Blue Dot and stuff like that. It sort of underscores those things. And it's like, how wonderful would it be to realize if we're not alone, but then we aren't alone. We have each other. And that was the thing that I felt like when they're, because a big point of the film is empathy, right? Like that's a huge,
Yeah.
huge like evolutional point, like in the information and the reveal of like, why they believe it's in time to talk to us, so to speak, and it's time to like be a part of all this. So it's like, you know that to me is the real true message of the movie, is listen to each other and have empathy for each other and meet each other where we are so that we can pull ourselves out of the darkness.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with that. And so that's like what I saw too. You know what I mean? Like you're also just going on the ride. Luckily for
Yeah,
you,
and
Rob,
there's that too. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And luckily for you, Rob, you've already got a second viewing of it because, and Mike said this to me when he got out, is like, it's a lot of movie. And I
It's
definitely need
dense.
to, and I definitely need to see it again. And then also on the plain surface of just fun fucking entertainment, I need to see it again because it was fucking awesome.
It's all there. See that, and I think that's the brilliance of Spielberg and makes him unlike any other filmmaker, and why he's so influential as a filmmaker is because he's able to give you those weighty topics that Kubrick would give you, but he could do it in a way that could just entertain the living hell out of you. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
again, but like, and Kubrick sometimes would leave people out because it's very specific to what he was doing. Spielberg is I think he might be the greatest filmmaker who ever lived because he balances everything. And
He
like
is.
Schindler's List, E.T., Ready Player One. I mean, like Munich, like all across the map, he's done every genre except for a Western, I think, right? Which
Yeah.
he's doing next, which is a
Yeah.
rumor it's Westworld because Kep is writing a new version of Westworld. I
Yeah.
just
Oh,
found that out
okay.
today. So,
Interesting. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I just he is like I see that. Yeah, literally what this movie's about. Spielberg literally brings everybody together. When,
Yeah.
especially when he's right on, when nobody can deny it. Sure, this one's getting whatever discourse here and there. But it's mostly positive, I think. But I have seen people being like, "Oh, this is like, if you slapped a M. Night Shyamalan, like it would be at like 2%." And
Oh,
like I don't
yeah.
That
agree.
makes me mad.
Yeah,
That
I don't
makes me
agree.
mad. I
I don't
saw that,
agree.
and that makes me mad because you know what? Like that is a cop out. Like that is such a cop out. That
I
oh my
agree.
god, that makes me so
And I
angry.
and here's the other thing. I've liked M. Night more this last decade than I think I
Me
ever have.
too.
And I love, I mean, you can't deny the Sixth Sense. Unbreakable is the masterpiece to me. But I mean, even since Split, Glass, Knock at the Cabin, I thought was awesome. Anyway,
Trap.
let's just show a
He
little
listen.
love.
He gets no. I'll show some love because I'm a defender of Lady in the Water because I think that's one of those movies you just have to take it for exactly what it is. You
Yeah,
can't read into it. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's a bedtime story, and I loved it. I liked the people in it. I
yeah.
think to me the only bad movie he's made is The Village because I had that movie figured out so fast it was ridiculous. But like that's a cop out because Shyamalan is literally influenced by Spielberg. We don't have like a generation of filmmakers without Spielberg.
Yeah, oh for sure. And yeah, and I loved Old too. I just all the looks of his movies as well, I think have been great this last since, whatever. Well, all of them are, but anyway,
Yeah.
enough about Shyamalan. The whole point was Spielberg brings us together, like for real.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Jaws, Jurassic Park, even Close Encounters, E.T., fucking Indiana Jones. Like, come on, like for the most part, it's like yes, the whole world was like, yes, yes, we are for all of these films. And speaking of the look of a film, holy shit, so many wonders. And I wanted to bring up before we really get into some of the bigger ones, but right at the beginning, once we get outside of the wrestling match, like
Yeah.
what we're with Colin Firth and everybody in the black SUVs, like he just pushes up all the way to that rainy window. And that was another moment where I was just like, dude, I was like, this is gonna be so fucking awesome.
That
And it
was
wasn't
such a
wrong.
set you up for the ride shot
Oof.
completely.
Oh my God, dude. And yeah, just I mean the wonders, man. I mean the action sequence with, Josh O'Connor when Emily Blunt like calls him like they're coming and like that whole thing. Like he just like wraps around the car, back into the car with like Josh. And I was like
What am
at
I
one
doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I
Yeah.
doing? What am I
yeah.
doing? What am I doing?
And then like actually right before that, I forgot like he's going through the fence. And at one point I looked at it and they went through the fence. I'm like, how the fuck did they
And
get
then
through that
around it,
fence? I was like, how the
dude.
fuck did he get through that fence?
Mind blowing wonders. And they're and what's crazy is he's still within a shot, like still doing all the Spielberg, hitting all those like angles, all
Yeah.
those moments that are
The
dictating,
blocking.
what
Yeah.
works. But yes, his blocking is always definitively him without those cuts. It's so perfect.
Yeah, and I was like, could that have been a drone to get through that? But then I'm like, he's still going. Like, and I was like, I can't imagine a drone is looking like how most Spielberg's swiping, swooping fucking shots look. But
I bet it's a handoff.
yeah,
I'll bet you it's a handoff with a crane.
because
Um,
and then it made me
I can't
start
wait
really.
for the BTS.
Yeah, yeah. It made me really start focusing on the fence because it's like just tracking along, so it's just like flying across your screen.
Oh my god!
And,
And it was
and
so quick.
yeah, and
Like
then
it
it go
moved right with them.
and then when
That
he goes through the fence, it like literally goes with him, and I'm like, okay. And then I really started paying attention because then I was like looking at the openings of the fence, and they're like kind of moving away from it. And I'm like, no, no, I'm not done over here. I need to know what happened over there.
Well, that was the one thing that kind of made me laugh a little bit because like Josh O'Connor's character is not really like doing a great job of trying to hide, where it's like a
No,
clear opening of a fence and there's all these fucking guys over
but
there.
you know what? The logic works because they're distracted. They're looking at something else. So they're
Sure,
not looking over
sure.
here. And
Yeah,
that the way they choreographed that whole scene, he's going through literally like a pastiche of emotions from getting to the fence to getting to the car to getting in the house. And it's one piece of dialogue the entire time. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? And it's so good. And it's like comedic, it's tense.
Yeah.
It's like it's all the things you want from a moment like that, and it just keeps going into that shot when the car bursts out of the house, and it's that overhead. Oh my God, it's so wonderful.
Yeah, well, God, we gotta definitely gotta get my ass to the theater and see that again.
Yes.
It's just, it's
Like,
like
when's the next
the
showtime?
I know.
the car chases in this movie are some of the best I've ever I've seen in a long time. Like there is a very specific way he does car chases, and it's the same way they do like the bike chase scene in E.T. There's a way that the camera follows the action that really just, you said it, man. It just draws you in. His movies do that. Like the way he blocks out a scene, the way he choreographs a scene, it
Yeah.
just sucks you in, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It's
I
the
did
best.
hear him give a quick interview that everybody obviously is enamored with the rail the rail chase scene.
Yeah.
But he said that's something that he wanted to do for Duel, but they didn't have the time or money, so he's been wanting to do that for like 50 years. So the fact that he
He
got
puts a train in like every movie he makes that has an action set piece.
Oh,
Every movie. Granted, there's no big train moment in Close Encounters, but like Richard Dreyfuss gets stuck at the train tracks.
Yep.
There's always some reference to a train in a Spielberg movie. If it's like any kind of summer blockbuster whatsoever.
well, he loves trains, and we learned that in Fablemans. Like,
Fablemans, yeah.
I
what I
know.
mean? So like that was, there it is. I mean, he laid it right in there. I'm glad you
He's a
brought it.
kid.
Yeah,
You're watching a
exactly.
kid make a movie his entire career. That's
I
what it
know.
is.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and I love and I said that too. I was like, as a filmmaker or whatever that understands how you put a movie together, like I had an ear to ear grin because I felt he had an ear to ear grin making this movie the whole time, and
Yes.
that was so infectious that it was just making me happy because our boy is just having the blast making a fucking awesome big movie with so many questions, philosophical. It was, big and deep, big and deep. I mean, and Rob's already said this. That is literally Steven Spielberg, big and deep.
Yeah.
He
But
does. He does.
before I forget, because we were on the train sequence, I wanted to bring up. I'm glad I didn't forget this. Soon as it happened and they stopped, I was like, "Oh, we're about to get some Lethal Weapon 4 action." Because they do the same thing to Mel and Renee in Lethal Weapon 4, where they just try to hit him from the back and push him into the
Yes.
train. And I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "We just got
Really.
some Lethal Weapon 4 in a new Spielberg."
So, oh my God, like even on the second viewing, seeing that scene second time through, it worked so good. Because again, back to what we said before, he has a way of drawing you into a scene that you even forget how many times you've seen it. I still watch ET and all those beats work on me. It's impossible. Jaws, the whole thing. That scene though, it's like he the guy is still one upping himself with action sequences, and it's an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, he really is. And you're right about the car chase thing. Like probably we haven't seen except one. There was one. It was
Well, of
it,
course.
it was the best picture winner last year.
That's
Yeah.
and they have talked. Wasn't there an interview they just did with each other where he talked about that particular scene was influenced by Steven Spielberg?
Oh, really?
I'm
Did he
pretty
say
sure,
that?
yeah, when they did some of the DGA interviews,
Yes.
I think
there's very
Doug
much a
Hawley and I,
bromance between those two.
there was some public conversation that they have, and he basically had said to him like, I was inspired by, I forget what it was, it might have been Duel, but or something to that nature, where
Yeah.
a Spielberg thing is what inspired that car chase.
Well, of course. I mean, like we've already been saying, yeah, there was that big DGA one where
Yeah,
Spielberg was just gushing to him about just like
like
how
my
It
great the
might have
God.
been
movie,
that.
yeah, how great the movie is, and then just like these action set pieces that he just like couldn't believe that, PTA was pulling off, and infamously too, PTA has that cameo in Minority Report, so obviously these two have known each other for a while. When you're Spielberg already, when you kick off in the '90s like that, and you're making Hard Eight, Boogie Nights, Magnolia. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get to know Steven Spielberg when you make fucking cinema like that.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to
Yes.
give one quick shout out from this movie to Sarah Brochar, who has now taken the reins from Michael Kahn as Spielberg's editor. I believe Michael Kahn helped co-edit Fablemans. Like I think that's like the last, because he's like in his mid 90s now. But she keeps this thing running at just such a frantic pace. I mean, just like one battle after another. I'm like looking at the poster that's like over my shoulder. I just
Yeah.
make that movie's just always on my mind. But but I feel like she did a great job in, without missing a beat, that Michael Kahn used to bring to all the great Spielberg films and everything.
Yeah, I didn't actually put that together and have forgotten to look at that just because it's been Michael Kahn for, you
Yeah,
know, longer
years.
than I've been
Yeah.
alive, really. So I just, yeah, and I didn't put that together. Of course you should have, I mean, of course we're getting older. I actually had a friend of mine, his brother, Michael Kahn took him under his wing, so he did a
Wow.
lot of, yeah, like what a way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, dude.
That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So I got some cool stories about that, and that really like I was like, well, yeah, there's the king there. But yeah, it made me dive even deeper than if I ever was into Michael Kahn. But I mean, one of the greats of the greats, right? But yeah, that's cool. I didn't. Thanks for bringing that up, Mike. Like I don't know why I didn't like look in. Usually I look to the editor and again, but it's just Spielberg's. I'm like, yeah, it's Kahn, right? It's
Yeah.
just, well, and it's just like the music, right? It's John Williams, right?
Right. Well, it's like
Oh,
all his.
speaking of which,
That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to say it.
speaking of which, did anybody pick up on some of the referential to himself stuff? Because there is definitely a moment in the John Williams score where you're here, a piece of the ET score. Mike, you and I, like when I saw it with Bob, it was just like, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? There's also a moment in the beginning of the film when they're on one of the cell phones and it makes the do 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 like thing on the cell phone. There was a
Really?
That's
couple
why I
of
need to
these
watch
moments.
it a
Oh
second
yeah,
time so I can
Yeah,
pick up
oh
on
exactly.
yeah,
it.
oh
Because
yeah.
when we were at the mixer on Wednesday, Rob was being like, you were telling me there's some referential stuff. You're like, I'm not going to tell you. Let's see if you picked it up. And I'm like, and that's where I'm like, you guys are bigger Spielberg heads than me. Like, trust me, I've
Oh
seen the
yeah.
movies, but I was like, man, I can't wait to do this for you to tell me, and I can't wait to go see it again to really pick that up. I think I remember it a little bit on the phone actually though. I was like, I've heard that, right?
It's right towards the beginning too. It's like after the wrestling and stuff like that. We're in the movie. I think it might be Emily Blunt when she's on her phone.
Yeah.
But there's these little moments throughout. Like there's the hotels in Indiana, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So there's all these like little subtle nods to like stuff that he's done. And I do believe he has said in interviews that this is essentially the close of a spiritual trilogy, if you will, about the theme of are we alone in the universe? Like starts with Close Encounters, his middle film is ET, and then this. He doesn't even consider like War of the Worlds as like a thing because this is his original stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and Wyatt Russell's wearing a jacket inspired by the Tom Cruise jacket from War of the Worlds as
Oh,
well. Very
wow.
similar coats. Not quite the
Interesting.
same, but very similar.
I didn't pick that up. I love War of the Worlds, man. I think it's
It's a
great.
it's another ride and it's a cool like perspective to tell that story from historically it's been told as a bigger type of story. To tell it
Mhm.
from the point of view of just that family is such a great idea.
Oh yeah, and Cruz is
Yeah.
amazing in that movie, and it's terrifying, dude. When everybody
It
looks up,
is.
when that thing makes its noise, and everybody looks up, and then people just start getting fucking evaporated.
Oh, and the stuff when they're with Tim Robbins in the basement, like that's
Terrifying.
Oh
terrifying because there's
yeah.
the ex
Yeah,
there's the internal threat, the external threat. Like it's all just like really scary in that moment.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then of
That
course the van too. Oh, sorry, Mike, but the van too. Whenever the mob of humans to him and Dakota. What were you gonna say, Mike?
well, I was just thinking like probably the best shot of that movie is that push in on Dakota's face where she's like looking at, I mean obviously
Yeah.
the Spielberg push in right into
Yeah,
the eyes. But anyway, yeah, that's I actually probably haven't revisited that one. I saw it in the theaters and like I used to do the thing where it's like I would buy the DVD on that Tuesday when it came out. I would like
Man.
get my friends from college like, hey, you want to go to Best Buy? You know, like buy whatever's new. But then
Oh
like
yeah.
sometimes I would like barely open, you know, like or put it in the player for some reason.
Oh
It's
yeah, dude. Best Buy Tuesdays, man. That was like,
yeah.
yeah, I was doing that every fucking Tuesday. As soon as when I moved to LA, went to film school. It was like Best Buy Tuesdays. I mean, I was doing it before I moved, but yeah.
Bring it back, baby. Bring it back.
Yeah, I can't wait for a physical release for this one. For
Oh yeah,
sure. Physical.
getting that.
I'm not even gonna mess with digital for this at all. It's all physical all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Groove has the Steelbook on sale now. And
Oh, they already got it on
oh
sale.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's
I'm a
sold
little
out already.
nervous to I was gonna say I'm a little nervous to order that, knowing what happened with our Superman steelbooks the last
Oh
time.
God. No, Doug and I had to wait like how many months for the One Battle Steelbook? Like
Yeah, we just got it last week or 2 weeks ago now.
yeah,
No, it
we
was last
ordered
week. It was the beginning of June. Yeah. We
right.
just finally got it. Well, I bought the other one first, and then I was like, oh wait, the Steelbook actually has the extra feature. So I like literally traded, sent that back, got my money back, but and then bought the fucking Steelbook, which I finally have.
Mike got in a fight with the customer service, like when he was calling about the Superman steelbook, because we pre-ordered, like, both of us. I sent him the link. I'm like, we got it because, like, we
Yeah.
wanted it. It's like
Day one
hometown.
pre-order.
Yeah, like, we wanted to, and apparently day one pre-orders for whatever it was, Walmart or whatever, because they were the ones offering it. That's the worst idea. You can't do it. You have to wait till they actually officially launch the pre-order. It's like the pre-order, and it turned into this whole thing. And Mike was like, "This bullshit."
No,
Oh yeah.
the conversation I was having with them was literally like what Barry Egan is calling the cupcake people about or the snack pack
Pudding.
people about
Pudding,
pudding
yeah.
people, you know, because I'm just like, is that not customer, you know, fraud? And they're like,
See everybody, physical media matters. Also, physical media problems.
yeah.
Yes, it was right when the tariffs started too. So we were like, "What is going on? Like, is this like tariff related? Like, what is happening?" Because it was like, "Why does everybody have their copies and we don't have our copies?"
That's amazing. Well, I hope none of us have that with Disclosure Day.
Yes.
Definitely picking this up on 4K. I
Oh
need
yeah.
favorites too. Um, fucking Steven Spielberg, man. Who knew, right? Who knew? Who knew this guy?
Can you believe it? I mean, it's like, think about how long he's been making movies, and he's still the same dude. Like, listening to him talk about films, he still loves them just as much as he always did. Like,
Mhm.
and even his stance, like, there's the controversy now with Marty with AI and stuff like that, and it's like Spielberg's like, "Yep, doesn't belong in the creative process." Moving on.
I know I gotta
he's
catch up.
just he's
I gotta
true
catch
blue.
up to all the stuff he's been doing. But just like you said, you know, as if the movie wasn't emotional enough, like just again, our lives, this man has been, since before I was born, he was making movies and he's just one of the most gigantic figures in filmmaking of all time.
Yeah.
And all of that weight kind of just hit me too, and how happy I was in 2026 to get another Steven Spielberg summer blockbuster fucking banger. And that's why we say it's fucking Spielberg summer, baby.
It
Um,
is, man. I mean, listen, there may not be a ton of things to be excited about, but like the fact that we still have a storyteller amongst us like Spielberg and he's still cranking out bangers, how lucky can we be as film fans?
Super lucky, man. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Like just even saying what I just said fucking almost made me cry.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, it's true. The weight of that, man. It's almost like if you love movies, he's like a family member. He's like your grandpa or your dad or whatever. It's like, he his stories and his dreams, because really that's what we're seeing his dreams. That's what's awesome about filmmaking, why AI will never do what humans do, because we get to see other people's dreams, what lives inside of their heads. And I don't care, you cannot aggregate what's inside your head, what's in Mike's head, what's in my head. And the fact that we have this filmmaker, Steven Spielberg, who dreams in such beautiful colors and like stories that are so clear and so human, even if it's the most fantastical of subjects. I
Nope.
swear to God, pick any movie that man has made, and his characters feel real. They feel lived in. They feel like there's somebody you could walk in and run to on the street. And the fact that he can take us on these journeys and still at whatever he is in his, close to 80s or whatever,
Yeah,
he's
he's
an old man
79.
now.
79.
Yeah, I mean, he's incredible. Has not lost a step. Not a
Nope.
step. I don't care what anyone says about like, oh, Spielberg's lost it. Like, oh, big disappointment. I don't know what movie you saw and what drugs you're on, but you should probably get off of them.
1,000,000% agree. What a great time at the pictures, summer 2026. And and me and Mike have said this, and I'm sure you guys have said this to each other, as usual, and where we are now, this is Nolan's summer, right? And hey man, that's probably gonna be awesome too. Can't wait to fucking see that.
Yeah.
Uh I got my tickets for 70 millimeter at Universal City Walk, but it's
Oh
Spielberg
wow.
summer. I don't care. I don't care how awesome that movie is gonna be. It's still gonna be Spielberg summer
I
in
think he
August.
owns it. I think he owns it. I really do. I think he owns it. I think like I don't know, even like you said, all the stuff about Nolan. It's like I Spielberg delivered something so special that we have been starved for from him. It's like Ready Player One was a great movie, but like this was like back to the meat and potatoes Spielberg like type of movie. Lots of practical. Let's get out in
Yeah.
the real world. That was the other thing. Oh my God, I have to say this because I don't know if you guys felt this way, but I actually felt like there were people living in that world that we were watching on the movie. Like I didn't feel like it was just five people in like a studio in Pasadena, like for pickups. Like it felt like a real living place with like lots of people populating it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he always gets a lot of extras and obviously the camera work shows all those extras where it's like, yeah. One thing I want to say before the end of the summer, we need to get that cardigan sweater that he has. Like
The
we get
ascot.
we get a picture, yeah, an ascot. We get a picture with either like a McDonald's Diet Coke or a Starbucks, and that's how
Hell
we
yeah.
cap our Spielberg summer.
Hell yeah.
In
I
the
found that
fall. Yeah.
yeah, I found that picture of him with that ice cream cone. I was like, oh man, you can't, there's nothing, you can't beat that. I was like,
Right.
absolutely Spielberg summer, baby.
He literally that picture of him like just walking, it's the greatest thing ever. I love that. It's like your hipster grandpa. He just looks like he's having like the best time of his life. Like, it's awesome.
Well, I mean, we can probably keep sitting here doing this. I'm sure we've already hit over a fucking hour, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah.
I love how invigorated and excited we are talking about Steven Spielberg in 2026,
Yes.
like it was fucking 1982. Um,
Well, it's like I saw a quote recently, and I don't know who said it, but like, and I sent this to Mike. And this to me is one of those movies. The moment when you walk out of the theater and you're talking with your friend and you just saw a great movie and you don't want that moment to end, he's the king of those. He's the
yeah.
king of them. He's the
Yep.
king.
And look what he just did to us three. Like we just did this. This is probably longer than when we had filmmakers on last week. But hey, we all are too. And
Yeah,
but yeah, man, thank you, Rob, for coming on, joining your
absolutely.
first Getting Real Cleveland.
It's a
And I'm
pleasure.
yeah, and I'm glad we could do it because it's Spielberg summer and we just got a classic Spielberg movie as the man almost turns 80 years old. I'm Doug Duke. We got Mr. Cleveland Film over there, Mike Went. Any last words, Mike Went?
Uh, I think you said it best, man. Spielberg summer, baby.
All right. Last words, Rob.
Um, I will third that, and I think we need to get T-shirts that say Spielberg Summer, and for each letter of his name, there needs to be like a background from one of his movies.
Oh yeah, or each letter is like a font from one of the movies.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
there it is. There it is. Right there. There it is. Right there. Right there.
Oh my God, love it. Getting Real Cleveland, fucking Steven Spielberg. Oh, thank you. Wow, what a fucking brilliant man. Thank you for bringing us all together as we talked about in this. Getting Real Cleveland, Disclosure Day. Don't be an idiot. Go see it. Spielberg Summer, baby.